records. That's dope.
Thanks. That's my dining room wall.
Yeah, dude, way sicker than the rest of us. I got a Windows screen and like.
Well, yours is cool because I just see cock on the shirt.
Oh!
Old cock.
I gotta
Even
explain
better,
for a
dude.
second.
Come on, how you gonna beat a dude with a shirt that says gold cock? That's dope.
It's cold cock. Worst sponsor in history. Don't. By the way, everybody, since we just jumped into this and just started going off, welcome to episode number 42 of Talking Shop with the Boss in the Box. I am one half of your humble, dynamic duo host team, the Lunchbox. That's one word, capital L, capital B. Thank you very much. Joined by the man, the myth, the boss, Brandon Lecker.
Hey, thank you for that introduction, Mr. Lunchbox. Yes, indeed, I am the box, and I am the boss. I'm sorry, I said the box. I'm trying to become you now. What's going on here?
Cool, people want to be me. I still haven't figured out why, but I hear they do. It's the wife. It's my gorgeous wife and a handsome son. But we'll talk more about that later.
Okay, so basically what we have here is, as we've been trying out the last couple weeks, we're bringing in interviews. Now, we've had our working bands of the week, we've had our working wrestlers of the week, of the week, since we are a, music, wrestling, horror movie, whatever the hell you want it to be kind of podcast, we do it. But today, we have a very, very special couple guests, coming all the way, hailing from Sacramento, California, if I have that correct.
That is.
Yep. We have two members of the band Winter Regin. We have Azeron and we have Kris with us, and they are, number one, promoting their show at the Back Bar in San Jose on August 31st,
Yep.
and they are playing with a band called Friction.
Every
Cold
damn
cock.
Can't wait.
Anyways, all respect to Friction. Doors are at 9 p.m. at the Back Bar in San Jose. That's 418 South Market Street in San Jose. It's $5, 21 and over. But hey, guys, what's up? We have Winter Regin in the house. Go ahead and introduce. Oh, but before you introduce us, Lunchbox and I kind of have a little bet going on, and we need to figure out, Azeron, is that your real name or is that a gimmick name?
It's on my birth certificate. My dad is an eccentric. All my brothers have regular names, Michael and Kris. Not that those are bad names, but my dad just felt creative. So he was like, what is pain in the ass mixed with perseverance? And he had this meal that consisted of chicken feet, duck liver, bass eyes, and lemon. And when he woke up from that food coma, he just said, with an inspiring tone, Azeron. So I was like, I think everybody in the town, because I come from a small town, they're like, that sounds dope. Azeron it is. The doctor stamped it on the card. Footprints and all, man. It's real. And I'll show you if you guys come to the show.
Bring your birth certificate.
No, it's real. It's very Lord of the Ringsy, I know, but it's real.
Nice.
Introducing Azeroth. Oh, excuse me, sir. That is Azeron. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, man. I got my clown. And as Brandon said, Winter Regin being a three-piece band, we are joined by 66% of those guys, because using percentage, it sounds impressive. And the other member, please introduce yourself.
Hello. Hi, I'm Kris. Nothing special about my name. It's Kristen. People can't pronounce it. I'm Kris.
People can't pronounce Kristen.
Huh?
I said people can't pronounce the name Kristen.
No, I get all kinds of variations of that.
Yeah,
so I've just
it's
made
for
it
real.
easy. Yeah, if I could do it in Braille, I
happens.
would prefer that, but that's been quite challenging for me.
Wow. And
Awesome.
And what do you guys do in the band? What are your core occupations of Winter Regin?
I'm the lead singer, guitar player, piano player, and she basically does singing as well. Bass, piano, percussion, and my drummer is a percussionist and a amateur wrestler, backyard wrestler.
Ah,
Really?
okay.
Backyard.
Well, because there's no legitimate organization.
Oh, there's a lot of legitimate organizations. We could send him towards those. That's one of the things
I
we
need
cover.
his limbs working, man.
I'm a quote unquote professional commentator for Blacklist Pro Wrestling, so I might know a couple guys if he's so interested.
I'll tell him about it, but I probably won't allow it.
Hey, in the ring with dudes that are trained sufficiently is much safer than backyard. Just saying, I've done both.
Oh man, I can actually tell, dude. You must be a drummer.
Of sorts. That's a moniker that's been doled out to me a time or two. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about y'all. People hear about us all the fucking time. So first of all, we're promoting the show at the Back Bar Sofa Lounge over in San Jose on August 31st. Doors are at 9 p.m. Show the fuck up, and Azeron will show you his birth certificate. We've covered that. But what we're really here to do is ask a little bit about y'all. Where did the name for Reign come from? But I mean, of course, you know, with the normal Game of Thrones references and whatnot,
Yeah.
you know, people, is that where it is?
Well, no, I started this band over 15 years ago. Is that right, Chris? Right about?
Yeah, it's been a long
Yeah.
time.
There was a massive hiatus just because, like, well, the name. Let me answer that question because I veer off a lot. It came from my first daughter. Her name was Winter. I called her Winter because she was half Filipino, half white. So I like that side of her, like the mix, the hybrid. But she passed away, so I wanted her to reign forever in my mind. So Winter Reign.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry for your loss, man. Damn.
I'll buy
deep.
another one. I'm just kidding.
It was a loss for us all, really.
You can't replace kids. Come on, man. It's a joke. I have to. You know you got to make fun of that kind of shit or you go crazy. So
I'm just saying, that is the deepest band name I've ever heard. That's incredible, man. You know, like you took that. Maybe it's because I'm a new parent, but I'm a little mildly sensitive to things like
congratulations,
that. So,
bro.
thank you.
My drummer just had a newborn too, little baby girl.
Hey, congrats to him too.
Is that his excuse for not being here?
Hey, you talking to him? Is that what's going on? You must know him. Now he's at work. He couldn't get out.
No, that.
We're 9-to-5er musicians. We are in that phase of life.
Well, hey, so, you know, now that we got the super, super deep meaning of what Winter Reign means, like, if you, because we're talking a little bit earlier, and you like horror movies, right?
I love horror movies, man.
How about you, Chris? Do you like horror movies as well?
Love horror, yes.
All right, so this is going to be fun then. So if you had to describe Winter Reign as a horror movie, what would you describe it as?
You talking to me or her?
Both of you.
Yeah.
I'll go first. I'll describe it as this. If you've
Yeah.
ever seen The Exorcist, the original.
Yeah.
It starts off like, oh, I'm feeling a little something. It's a cool little riff. I'll work you up a little. I don't show the demons just yet. And we like slowly keep crawling. And your head starts twisting a little bit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And then it's Night of the Living Dead everywhere. Then 27 days later, and yeah.
Well, we got multiple
we go in
movies
steps.
in one. Okay.
We like
I got
to
a
go
little
in
bit of both.
steps.
Yeah.
How
I
about
like
you,
that.
Chris?
For me, it's kind of like the slow pursuit of the Michael Myers with every once in a while occasional blast beats and stabbings, killing bitches with sound every
I
once
like
in a
that.
while. It's like the relentlessness of It Follows. If you've ever seen that one, it'll
Yes.
tingle your spine a little bit, as will we.
Ooh. That should be the title of your next album. We will tingle your spine.
Think about it.
Well, somebody made us a flyer at a previous show, and it said, Winter Regin, something that'll make your ears come. And I was like, I can't show these to kids, but I will. I'm just
I'm
kidding.
kind of down with that.
No.
But I will.
All right. So earlier today, when Brandon threw me you guys that we'd be interviewing you guys, I went and jumped on and checked out your EP available on Spotify, Expressions Inspired by a Demon. What's the meaning behind that title? What's the thought process there?
Well, that's about my first love and my first heartache. And it was definitely when you could start feeling shit, because I remember I had hair in my balls already. So you have full access to these emotions, and it's all, you know how it is, dude. Amazing at first, score something great. And then you start figuring, holy shit, I'm making up a story. It's not this person, and I'm falling in love with my story. And then you realize that story is you, and you're like, I don't need this bitch. I'm just kidding. First heartache. I just wanted to put a little touch into it.
You're not kidding.
Does the title mean anything to you, Kris?
It definitely inspired me to do some horror-related art, so that's good.
Oh, she's great at that.
Ooh, we have a horror artist in the house, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
By all means, when we're done with this, send us some of your samples. We'd love to feature them.
Yeah, sure.
So cool.
Exactly. That's how it's going with that.
Yeah. So, as a three-piece band, do you find it difficult to accomplish musical arrangements that you can't recreate in a live setting? Like, do you have difficulty recreating the arrangements that you do in a live setting with just three people?
I would say with the help of today's technology, no, but mostly it's because I'm finally playing with people that are at like your creative level and talent. So there's no setbacks. Whatever I can imagine sound-wise, these guys can play, so it just makes everything easy.
Mm-hmm. Like, because you say you have like, pianos and all sorts of various other things. What the hell are you doing, Lunchbox?
Kissing my wife goodnight. Fuck off. Don't be jealous.
Wow.
just as Heather, when you were like, I'm going to go do a podcast, she's like, cool, get the fuck out. Leave me a fucking water by the bed and tell Dave I said go fuck himself. Like, don't be mad.
Hey, we want kisses too. Good night.
She go.
Oh, man. All right.
Oh.
I mean, I got a pair of dogs you can get next to me, like my lady.
I stopped doing that 3 years ago, man.
You stopped kissing dogs, man. Your life must be terrible.
Yeah, well, the person I'm established with at the moment is a cat lover, so I guess I'm around a lot of pussy.
Roundabout pussy.
Can you imagine if Facebook started using that term now? Like,
Established. Complicated establishment.
Lunchbox is now established with Brandon.
We're just being established? That's fucked up, dude. I thought we've been established for years. Fuck. All right.
Going on 6 years now.
Hey, you guys have a lot of episodes under your belt. How long you been around?
1 year.
Almost a year.
Man, you cranked it out. Congrats.
Been a busy
guys.
year.
Shit.
You know what? Mostly what it is you weren't here for this earlier, Kris, but we were in the pre-show. We were talking about how what this really is Brandon and I call each other about once a week just to talk about wrestling and horror movies and whatever new album just came out that we want to talk about. And, and local bands and who's playing what show this weekend. Are we playing together this weekend? Shit like that. And he just, when I went to last year's Starcast and All In, he was like, hey, dude, I've been fucking you to do a podcast. How about I interview you about your time at All In? Okay. And then I just told him, I don't want to be a guest on the show, dude. Like, let's just talk to each other. And we hit record one day, and we thought it was funny. So we just decided to air it as an episode, intro music, and here we are talking Winter Regin.
I really like the vibe, man, because you guys make me feel like I can express myself, like, comfortable, like I could tell you about how I grew up in an orphanage, and that's a lie.
Yeah, I mean. Okay, keeping it straight on subject. Yeah.
I got next question. Next question. Shut the fuck up.
I have mad respect for orphanages.
That guy.
This young man with the hand.
All right. Next question, because our biggest thing as wrestling fans, as movie fans, as fans of stories. We would like a story from y'all where tell us y'all's favorite time that something went wrong at a show that you guys dealt with. And, I feel like Kris has a good story for this.
Do you remember that magician that burned my face off?
Tell that story, yeah.
Why was there a magician on stage that time?
I like magic. He could make shit. He could do tricks, and it was impressive. And I still have an infant, what is it called? A very immature idea of comedy that amuses me.
I still don't know how he levitated.
That's what I'm saying. I need to know.
We need details.
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. They went on a date, and it didn't go so well because she disappeared. She found out that people that do this too much is creepy. So, I mean, imagine that throughout the date. Nah,
there was a lot of that.
Peace out, dude. So she disappeared.
Oh my god. Wait. That was at a show that you played?
Well, after the show. He was trying to impress her, I guess, and it didn't. It kind of worked because she went on the date, but then she regretted it because of everything had to have a gesture. It was very annoying.
Yeah.
Now, I gotta ask though. Did he make your clothes disappear?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay,
I was hoping to get even sawed in half action. Nothing.
Nothing.
BDSM, baby.
Before we get too far here, back the fuck up. Okay, so there was a magician at a gig you played. Like, I want to hear this story from walking in and being like, holy fuck, there's a magician. Please, go.
It was preemptive. He was supposed to be there.
Well, we got tired of like local bands that we love Deftones, but we grew up in an era where everyone sounded like the Deftones. So we couldn't find a different sound. So I was like, well, why don't we just play some instrumentals around a guy that does this a lot and make cards disappear? And it kind of worked. Like, people hovered around, and he was like what do you call that? The announcer. Get ready to listen to Winter Regin. But with more of this.
Hold on.
So we got him on stage. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, he caught my attention because his cigarette was floating. I was like, what? Am I in the Matrix? But no, He had some cool little string. I was like, dude, if you could pull that off on stage, 5 minutes. And he was doing cool shit. And by the time it was our set, he had already, flashed all his tricks, but they were actually dedicated to her because he was trying to get on my bases. And I guess she wasn't vibing it. It sounds like it was a pity date because, I don't know, I guess there's some power to puppy eyes and disappearing cards.
Yeah, because drinks.
So I played the show. They wanted a date. I guess he didn't take a shower. You could smell it from where we were. She disappeared. Back to safety.
Boom. Made me disappear. It was beautiful. Back to safety.
Well, shit, I mean, like you said, if you were saw you in half or, like, separate you like 3 rings, like, it's good that you just disappear.
No rabbits were pulled from the hat that day or night.
So, back on the music subject, because we can go into so many directions with this.
Oh, I know.
Give me a second to laugh this out, dude. Like, I did not, we prepared a slew of questions because, interviews are weird at first, because you got to get to know, and then sometimes people aren't just any fun. You guys fucking knocked that out of the park. Like, that doubt was smashed, like, before we even got going. But I never expected that when I'm like, tell me a story about how shit went wrong. You're like, oh, dude, so there was this magician, right?
Well, because he was doing the tricks in front of everybody, and he just turns around in front of my bassist, and I'm like, yo, dude, she's trying to play. Get off the stage. But he kept trying to do this, and after a while, I was like, get the fuck off stage, fool.
I'm so glad that we're putting these interviews on YouTube now, so people can see all of us doing this and know what.
We created a sensation. Stay away from these people. But I think I would go on a date of a female magician that did this, right? That looks kind of fun.
I think you would go on a date with the assistant.
Well, like that did this, or that did this, or like.
Bro, all those look perfect. Let's start a class.
I'm in class at 9:45 Sunday morning in my garage. Pasta and donut.
Hey, I'm not sexist, equal rights, but there's a lot of girls that need to learn that. He has a point.
Yeah. So, opposite of what he asked, what is the best show you have ever played?
Oh man, you stumped me.
They're all so magical in their own way.
Yeah, I don't want to sound pretentious, but she's right, because like when we play, I mean, if you guys check it out, you'll see we trance out, man. It's like, because music is not just a hobby for me and her and my drummer. It's a part of breathing, dude. So I don't pay attention when I breathe. So when we're playing, I don't think we're paying attention. We just kind of trance out. So I would say all of them, man.
No. I both as Brandon and I as musicians respect that, but there's always the one. There's always that one show that you took the stage and shit exploded, and your life changed forever. That moment.
Is this G-rated or I don't want to,
Oh, motherfucking no. No, we say the fuck.
Fuck that.
Yeah, we are.
Fuck that anal retentive shit, man. Like, just.
Do you guys have anything against little people?
No. No, not. I mean, only so as in the fact that they're people, but beyond that, no.
What about little people who like to dress up in fuzzy outfits and get all oiled up?
Oh yeah.
Is that too rated
please.
R for this?
Oh hell, motherfucker! No, please continue.
Go on.
Well, a great byproduct of playing music, obviously, is meeting clowns, midgets, and magicians after the show, so that they can put a show on for you. And I think I'll let Kris take this because my mind is going in places it shouldn't be. All right, Kris, go ahead.
I mean, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It starts at your feet, just a slow rub down. You realize the hands are a little bit small, but you move past it really quickly. And, I had a positive experience that night. I would definitely recommend it to a friend. Little people are people, too. We're both little. It's okay. That was a really good show. 2
words. Right afterwards, we felt like we had gold cocks.
And from now on,
enough said.
You have to be under this height to ride the ride.
Unless you got a fuzzy suit and some oil.
Wait, so I got a question. I just need to confirm that. So you're the best show you ever played was a rub down by some midgets, right?
Whoa, it was a party. Little people, excuse you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Don't you hate that shit? So yeah, and there was a clown, a magician, but we made him disappear because he doesn't brush his teeth. It's not a llama. It's the smaller kangaroo. What do you call those?
A joey?
Yeah. Well, no. But we'll say a joey. It was a blow up joey and a blowy. A blowy. A lot of blowies that night.
So, what are some bands that you guys swear by for musical inspiration?
Go ahead, Kris.
The Darkness. The Darkness, King Diamond. I don't know. Led Zeppelin, obviously. Mm-hmm. Tracy Chapman, obviously.
So after really digging in, like I heard the Zeppelin, I guess I could see the Darkness. You are the first band I've ever heard called the Darkness and Influence, and I'm digging that. I heard, like I said, I heard the Zeppelin, but King Diamond, I could see that with the theatrical, very atmospheric movements that you guys bring to the table. But I didn't see Tracy Chapman until you said it, and now I get it. Now I totally get it. Like, that's dope as fuck.
It's her hair. I told her.
It's the hair. It's
you
the
gotta
showing up in
Chapman
the
it up,
fast
dude.
car.
It just used to be long and death metal-y, but I was like, Tracy Chapman. And she was like, Tracy Chapman.
Yeah. When he
And then
claps
I was
at
like,
me,
Tracy Chapman.
Yes.
Trey Chap.
I heard a lot of Muse myself. I don't know if you guys agree.
You know, I'm actually a big fan of those guys, but I didn't hear about them until like 5 years ago. But I guess in the era I grew up with, there's a lot of bands experimenting with that style yet, and Muse popularized it. But I love those guys' style; they're dope.
So, what's your guys' favorite song to play? And don't say all of them.
Oh God.
No, it's for me, it's the Expressions inspired by Demons, because it was my first powerful emotional experience that I was able to, put into a song and be able to express it with my entire body and my best friends. So that's it for me. What about you, Chris?
I honestly like watching you play Expressions because I feel it every single time. For me, I really like Seabreeze. I get to play bass and sing and play piano. And it's
Can I tell you guys how I met her?
Please.
So I had already had my band going for like 4 years, and I just had terrible bass players that could do all the math. I love math rock, but if that's all you could do and you can't just do the basic just groove, there's some people that can't accomplish that. Well, a friend of mine was like, hey, you got to check out my friend Chris. And I was like, ugh, all right, sure, let's see. So I go check it out, and she's doing Metallica on the bass. But she didn't even cut out for that hard part that everyone cuts out from, that. And she did it perfectly with fingers, and I was like, get in, you're in, let's go.
Get in
And
the
it was just fucking amazing. Yeah, I'll never forget that. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, thank you. That's special.
You are welcome.
That's so awesome. I've played with a bunch of bass players too who they're either really good or really bad, and the ones that really work are just the ones that vibe.
Yeah, definitely. I used to hate that word, but it's the truth. You gotta be on that vibe with each other. It is a fucking vibe. It's an actual vibe.
I like it. I like it better as a noun than as a fucking, verb. Like I like the thought of a vibe, not the thought of vibe being. But I get what you're saying. But that's what it is. You just gotta feel it. Bass players, like you said, so many of them just like guitar players in the hardcore and metalcore era. They could do all this crazy shit, but they couldn't get in the pocket. They couldn't get in the groove. Oh, I can do all these hard things. Well, I can just, which is harder in the long run. It's it's the long game versus the short game, if you will.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, I've had that way too many times.
So we got a few more questions for you guys. This has been fun so far. So let's see. What did I have on my little static list here? Let's see. We talked about horror movies. Like, who was your favorite horror villains? We all have them.
You know what, dude? I don't know his name, but it was in I believe Dawn of the Dead. It's the guy that says
Asher?
The guy that said it's like, don't feed me a bowl of Greek salad. He was just that evil general leader of the military. He was those who that piss you off, then you're like, all right, I like this guy. I could survive the apocalypse with this fucker. Yeah. I forget his name, but I'm positive it's Dawn of the Dead. George A. Romero.
The man, myth, and the legend. How about you, Chris?
I really like on the original Pet Sematary, the neighbor guy who was played by Herman Munster. Yeah, he was cool. Just so ominous and just really simple.
That's right.
Really
He's
creepy.
in that shit. I forgot about that.
It's interesting that I never thought of him as a villain like that way. I thought about how he's the one who caused all this. He's trying to pull the whole wall. I wasn't doing it wrong. I was just going to fuck that. You're the one who caused it. Sorry, I had a bit of a high feel there. I was like, yeah, he is a villain. Because my initial reaction, a villain. Wait a minute. Yes, he is. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That stuff would have happened without him.
But I must say this: the new guy knocked it out of the park, right?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Like, guy from Third Rock. You didn't like it, Chris. I'm seeing that face.
I didn't like it. No, I liked it as a different movie on its own, but not as a remake. It just didn't do it for me.
I have to disagree. I mean, we don't have to get into like a philosophical discussion about it, but I have to disagree. Like the tone, the way that they built up the characters, I thought it was ultimately better in the modern remake. And not to take anything away from the original, but I enjoyed the remake more personally.
And it's not just because of the new makeup and special effects story as well, and the way it's portrayed.
Nah, not one bit.
Awesome.
So what? I mean,
I'm with Brandon on that.
That makes sense. I can't disagree with
Like I said, I'm with Brandon on that. I like it a lot. Like,
yeah. Is somebody have some wind going on, or an air conditioner, or a fan?
Yeah, I do. Let me shut it off because I'm in my rehearsal space. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
yeah, I was over there covering my mic and shit. Like,
How's that?
Ah, so much better. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
So much better. So, with that being said, I mean, Winter Regin has been around. Like, what has the evolution of the band been like? Now, has it always been you, Chris, and what's your drummer's name again?
Martin Bechtel.
Martin. Okay. Has it always been you three, or has that evolved?
No, it's definitely evolved. It started off with just myself because, my drummer and I started off in our first band together. We used to play in a band called Sin, and then he went off and did a bunch of other projects. I went off and did Winter Regin. I didn't meet her till a few years later, but I've definitely had a ton of line change-ups because you guys know as musicians, if you play drums or you're really good at guitar, you're probably going to be in several bands, and I just needed people that could dedicate more than scraps of their time because it's that personal to me. And I re-linked up with these guys again, and they were able to give me that.
Hell yeah! And if you guys had to plan out one tour with one band of your choice, could be anybody, who would that be?
Just one?
All right. There's two of you.
No,
so
fuck that. Okay, one apiece.
Yeah.
You go first, Chris.
Me? I'd have to go with who I'm listening to the most right now, an artist called Tash Sultana. She's a one-man band, one-lady band, and just super impressive. I would love to see and play with her.
Mine would be a combination. I can't pick between either The Cure or my brother's band, Michael Grant and the Assassins, because it's so much more comfortable and fun when you're with people you're super familiar with.
Okay.
No, I'm making you pick. You got to pick between The Cure and your brother's band, dude. One rule.
Shit. Well, I'll see my brother next year, so it'll be The Cure.
You know what? And I could hear a little bit of that in the music too.
There's a ton of it. Robert Smith is a gigantic influence for me.
Yes. So with that being said, we are primarily, I mean, we cover a lot of things, but we do cover pro wrestling. So I don't know if you, Chris, are interested or have any background with pro wrestling at all, or know any characters from that kind of genre of culture. But
The Undertaker?
yeah, dude.
That's all I know. That's all I got.
So, if you had to pick one pro wrestler to just hang out with and share your music with, who would that be?
In their prime, can they be dead?
Anybody you want.
Andre the Giant.
The real boss, Brandon.
How could you not want a piggyback ride from a giant? Come on.
A giant drank gallon upon gallon of vodka in one sitting.
Oh man, did you see the documentary?
Idea.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah, dude, Andre is a very interesting character, and then he got into wrestling, and then shit got interesting.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, he just had a pretty cool, interesting life as a free. And you know what, man? If I had such a disability, I think it would be not only my job, but my duty to go out and party like he did.
Hell yeah! Are you kidding? Absolutely. I like the way you think, man.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, hold on. I'm stealing one since I cut out due to technical difficulties there. All right, Azeron, since you brought up like 80s wrestling and whatnot, who would be your tag team partner in a match against Demolition if you were wrestling back in the same era you were talking about with us earlier on the pre-show?
If it's in their prime, George the Animal Steel, dude. I'd have him eat people, dude. Are you kidding? Shit. I'd pick that crazy cannibal right there.
Well, I think he only sustained his life on a diet of turnbuckles, really.
That's right.
What about you, Chris? You got one you willing to try?
Right now, I just picture myself chilling in a recliner with Stretch Armstrong, listening to some Winter Regin, and having a cold beverage. That's all I got.
Wait, do you got a Stretch Armstrong with you right now?
Not anymore.
Oh, man.
I was going to pull it out after this phone call.
Oh, we'd like to see that.
Yeah.
All right, so check it out. So what we also do is we also feature the music of the band that we are featuring. So what song off of your current EP that you have out right now would you like to feature on tonight's podcast?
I'd say In Limbo.
Do you concur, Miss Kris?
I so concur.
Well, since we're in agreement, I'm going to bang my gavel real quick, and they concur. And why don't you guys go ahead and introduce this song to us?
Go ahead, Chris. You do it.
All right. Didn't really care for this song the first time I heard it, and now it's probably, I don't know, next to Seabreeze might be my next favorite. I love it. This is In Limbo.
You heard it. You heard it first here on Talking Shop with the Boss and the Box. Hey, Winter Regin, thank you very much for joining us tonight. This has been a lot of fun. Can you guys tell us where to find you on the social internets?
Yes, well, Facebook is Winter Regin, / winterreginmusic.com. Instagram, same thing. Website is winterreginmusic.com. And we're all over Spotify, iTunes, Google Music, all that stuff.
Yep. But most importantly, August 31st, you're at the Back Bar in San Jose.
Yes.
Playing with Friction.
Friction!
Everyone loves a little friction, man.
George, show the fuck up. And Azeron will show you his birth certificate, as we already covered.
And to promote this show, the first people who come in within the first hour, free, as long as they mention your show.
It's pretty nice.
We'll put that. No, we'll definitely put that the fuck out there.
Put it the fuck out there.
Hell
They
yeah.
gotta mention the show, though. They gotta mention you guys.
They say I'm with the boss or I'm with the box. Yeah, first hour they're free.
Yes.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So this has been Winter Regin. Thank you, Azeron, and thank you, Kris, for joining us tonight on episode 42 of Talking Shop with the Boss and the Box. Go check them out, and we will see you guys next time.
And listen right now to this track, In Limbo.
In limbo, 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 limbo. Oh, not that kind of limbo? Sorry.
It can be. Why not?